All right. Welcome, everybody, to Let's Stream and Chat. Or Let's Build and Chat. I forgot what my damn show name is. How's everybody doing today? Ooh, we have a few things that we need to go over today, man. We finished this bad boy yesterday. Yeah. And I wanted to still not do Senna. I don't want to do Senna yet. Not yet. Not until the stream's popping. And I say that because it's not fair to do a Senna build and nobody watching and chatting. That doesn't even make any sense to me. So I'm not going to be really worried about that until we get it there. So shout out to Kick. I'm streaming on Kick. Shout out to TikTok. Streaming on TikTok. What's going on TikTok? And TikTok, I'm disappointed in you the most. Y'all the ones I'm disappointed in the most. This Let's Build and Chat. Y'all be on TikTok chatting about everything. So let's chat while we build a Lego set. All right. So the Lego set, where'd I put it? Lego set we're building today is the BMW M4 GT3 BMW M Hybrid V8. Let's unbox this bad boy. What do we got? What do we got? All right. What's this? So while I'm getting this ready, in all of the different places, if you got something you want to chat about, let me know. Oh, what did I just drop? I just dropped something. We'll find it in a second. What do we got in this? We got a lot. Okay. So we got 6 bags. Ooh, we're going to be building 7 bags. Oh, this is going to take more than a week. We got the builder, guys. We got one we going to build. Hey, what's up, Isabel? How you doing? Yes, it was inspired by you and the fact that the Rolex 24 started and I was rooting for BMW. But there was an unfortunate move with the M4 GT3 actually. He did a rookie move. So that wasn't called for. Okay. So now listen, stickers. We seeing stickers? Stickers. They're going to be right here on the keyboard. I'm going to put them in sight so everyone can see the stickers and not lose the stickers, because I always lose the stickers. Wait, what is going on Facebook? That is not where it's supposed to be. Hold on 1 second. Refresh that. Okay, I was about to say. And then what else is going on Facebook? All right. Making sure everything is cool. So I'm doing this new thing, but this new thing makes me have all of my windows up at the same time. So I'm trying to manage Kick, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok at the same time. So bear with me if it is a little clinky. This is the first day trying this, but I want to reach out to as many people as possible so we can just be building and chatting. And also, I'm also trying to always make sure that I got my audio levels on point because I care about my audio and stuff like that. So if the music is too loud, my microphone is too low, but it shouldn't be because this baby is beautiful. Let me know and we'll adjust that too. Okay. All right. So we got my stickers in my book. Stickers in my book. Stickers in my book. But I'm not using the book. But I will put this up to chat. Whoever is in chat right now. I know there's at least one person in chat, okay? And one person in chat somewhere. Let me know which one we want to start first. Do we want to do the GT3 or do we want to do the M-Hybrid V8? Which one are we doing? We doing the GTD car? We doing the GT3 car? Which one? I'm going to give it a little minute for lag. If not, then we playing Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Or something. Put this back in the box. Now for this set costing how much it cost, I am impressed that it has 7 bags. The problem that I clearly see up front are these bags are kind of small, so I might have to double up. It depends on you guys though. Conversations going, you liking things, how things is going, you know what I'm saying? All right, GT3, bet. Appreciate the input. Appreciate the input, Isabel. All right, so if that's the case, what build number is this? We gotta go and get the guide. The build guide. Lego build instructions. Let's go to this one. And then I can search what number we got. We got 769. Oh, darn it. I did it again. Sorry. I'm over here using the wrong number pad. I got my thing set up. So 76922. Oh, now I can't even press the buttons. Damn. All right. So we got the instructions. And we're going to start with the GT3. Now, I will say, listen, I was rooting mainly for the GTD car, okay? I was rooting mainly for the GTD car. But the GT3 car does look absolutely amazing. I personally like how the hood has like the holes in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's super dope. And I just wish that they performed better during the race. And I wish that the number 48 car didn't do that move. That was a rookie move. Rookie move. All right, hold on. I think I dropped something before. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Okay. Unreal. I ain't find nothing. except for one of these little red tabs that I think is from another bag. So I'm gonna leave that up there. We'll see what we got. All right, so let's get this mini guy popping. Nope, not that number pad. 185. Oh, we can go bigger than that. Let's go 200. Looks like we can go even bigger than that. Okay. 250. Yep. All right, bet. Full screen that mug. Let me make it look professional. All right. Put the stickers back. Hey, remember, stickers on the keyboard so a brother don't lose them. Okay, so we're starting off. We're making the little guy, so let's open the bag up. I feel like this is gonna take 20 minutes for me to get through this bag. We're gonna have to do like at least 2 bags. We might have to do this car. We might have to do 3 bags. This might be a 2-day build. I might have to stream tomorrow and just finish this. This bag is really small. I just got done making this big ass, listen, I got done making this big ass Bugatti. All right. 1 bag would take me like an hour and a half. Granted, I'd be talking and chatting and stuff like that, but 1 bag would take me an hour and a half. I think that's a little ridiculous. Not ridiculous. I think that's a good amount of time stream wise. But if this bag is this small, I'm telling you, it's going to take me like 20 minutes. And I don't want that. But we'll see how this goes. All right. I wish, where'd Positive Vibes Talk go from TikTok? You still hear Positive Vibes? That's a cool name. That means you do have positive vibes. So what's the positive, what's the word on the street? Now, as far as the conversation goes, I know I got my topics there on screen, but I can talk about just about anything. And I personally would like to keep it lighthearted because once it gets to politics and stuff, it gets heated, and people don't like my political stance of, you know, being a human being and trying to take care of everybody. So let's just not have that conversation then. We can do sports, we can do nerdy stuff, we could do do I want them to have the hair or the helmet? I like helmet. I like helmet. If you're gonna be on track, then you gotta have your PPE on, all right? You gotta have your protective gear on. So shawty, BMW shawty over here. Because if you put the hair on, that's definitely a woman. She's ready to go. Where's her wrench? Where's her wrench? Ooh, my wife is here. Hey, baby, what's up? So, baby, if you hear, I love the tap in for sure, but I'm gonna need you to do some chatting so we can get the chat popping. If they ain't gonna do it, at least you could do it. But I appreciate the heart, the likes. I don't know where everybody else is. I don't know if Facebook is actually streaming, or is it just not shooting out to people because I don't really got no followers or whatever on there. And then on Kick, I don't know what's going on Kick either. What's going on Kick, y'all? How you doing on Kick? All right. And then TikTok's over there. All right, cool. All right, so let's move on to the next one. We got this thing here. Let's move this over to the side. Hey, we're gonna have our mechanic buddy over here. She gonna protect the stickers. All right, we need that. We need that. All right. Simple enough. We're on the way. We're getting this thing popping. Who's your favorite F1 driver and why? That's a good question, M100. I appreciate the question. So I'm guessing you're in the racing. I'm in the racing, clearly. My favorite F1 driver. Well, I'm gonna give you the list, right? It's Lewis Hamilton. That should kind of go without saying. He is probably one of the greatest drivers of literally all time, just by the stats, if you're just using stats alone. And for the people that may have a disagreement about Lewis Hamilton being the greatest of all time, then you can't tell me that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. I don't want to hear it, because the thing that people have been using for Michael Jordan, even though it's LeBron James, we can have that conversation too, but even though it's LeBron James, right, the thing that people say is, oh, he's got 6 rings. Okay, well, Lewis Hamilton's got 7 world championships, and he's tied with the most all time. And I don't know about you, but race car driving is extremely hard. So if you're gonna get 7 world championships, you must be the ish, right? So it's Lewis Hamilton. But my top 5 goes a little something like this. Where is this last piece? Give me 1 second. Hold on. Before I answer that question. He definitely is a GOAT, M100. I agree with you. Oh, all these bots. Kick. I appreciate the bots, Kick, but I need like actual people conversing. So if you can bring those, that'd be great. Where's the 6th one? Okay, I found it. All right, sorry. Let me put all the pieces over here. Sorry about that. Couldn't find it. Anyway, so my top 5 goes like this. Lewis Hamilton, Ayrton Senna, Michael Schumacher, Fernando Alonso, and number 5. Ooh. I know we were talking F1. But the 5th one is kind of tough. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Jan Mardenborough from Gran Turismo. That guy is an inspiration too. If I would have known those 2 guys existed during the time period that, especially Jan, when he was in his prime, because Jan, he races, but he doesn't really race that much anymore. I would be in the motorsports industry right now. So I'm trying to get in the motorsports industry in my own way. So hopefully, I don't know if I don't want it to be like, oh, I'm going to make some content, because that's weird. First off, I ain't been to these tracks in a minute. I want to get used to these tracks, right? And I don't want to be that guy that walks in there and has my girl, videotaping me, and I'm over here giving commentary and stuff, making content. That's weird. I need to go out and race and prove to you that I can hit those apexes. So I'm gonna do some indoor go-karting type stuff, but I want to transition that into, I really want to do bigger stuff like Miata Cup or Porsche Carrera Cup, something like that, but that's super expensive. So if I can just make a cool go-kart team and race around Ohio, I'll be cool with that. But Lewis Hamilton is the greatest of all time. So I never really said why. So it's a nice little story time for those that are hopping in. So it's a good story time. So all you lurkers, just chill for a sec, right? I'll show you the vibes, how it's going down in here. All right. So cool story. So the first, hold on. We're going to switch. Since it's story time, we're going to switch view. So to add to the story, we got a little bit of props, right? So one of the first builds, the second build I build on here was the Nissan Skyline from Fast and the Furious 2. And when I built this Skyline, one of the questions I were asked, oh, why are you building this one or whatever. So one, Nissan Skylines are my favorite, one of my favorite cars. Number one. Number two, the reason why I really got in the cars the way that I got into cars or wanted to get into racing was because of the Fast and the Furious movie. When it came out, blew my mind. Was one of those movies that my mom took me to the movie theater, and my mom doesn't really take me to the movie theater, so that was like a big deal. And come on, man, hold on. What happened? Something happened. Sorry, hold on. So once I saw that movie, I was like, you know what? I want to get into racing, whether that be street racing, whether that be real racing. I'd rather do real racing, but I just want to get into racing. So that made me want to get into auto mechanics, and I went to vocational school for automotive. So I was technically, I'm trained to be a mechanic, even though I don't do that anymore, as a profession at least. And so while I was there in that class, my teacher was a drag racer, and he would take the top students to the local drag strip, which was like not very local, but that's where we would go, right? And so I got to see a little bit of the how a racetrack operates, what it looks like, how you talk, pit crews, all that kind of stuff like that, and I was enthralled by it. But unfortunately, this was like the early 2000s or whatnot. I don't know if it's any better. I haven't been back to this place since, but of course there was a little bit of anti-black slurs and stuff that was going on, because people were kind of confused on who I was and why I was there, because you don't really see black kids there very often. And at first I didn't let it bother me, but it started getting to me ultimately because I didn't really have anybody that knew how to deal with that. Like, my teacher was good, like he was a good guy, and he would like tell people to be like, hey, fall back a little bit, like chill out, but or not those words, but that was the gist of what he was saying. And but I don't know, I was a 16-17-year-old kid, man, so like it started getting to me after a while, and I really didn't see myself in the industry. And if people really didn't want me there that bad, and I realized that my parents weren't going to fund it financially, what path did I see to getting into this industry? So I might as well turn wrenches at a dealership, or at the time I was working at an oil change place, managing an oil change place while I was in high school. And so I eventually just ended up getting out of cars. I didn't want to work in that industry, right? So during that time period, I said all that to say, right, there was a point, there was a method to all that. I said all that to say that I graduated. Wait, where does this go? Oh, I got to turn it around and put it this way. I graduated in 2004. Yes, I'm that old. Sorry about that. Cavs are winning over 80% of their games. Yes, they are, Height. They are, Height. And welcome, Height. Sorry, I didn't notice you in here before. Height the Great. If y'all don't know Height the Great has a YouTube channel, Axiom Amnesia. Height and Cherie from Axiom Amnesia. That's what they were streaming on today. Axiom Amnesia News, I think. He got Axiom Height the Great, which was some music one. He got I don't know, space rockets and music videos and I don't know. Height does a lot of things, but if you enjoy hearing great commentary about movies, and great points about music. And, you know, sometimes they break down the news or whatnot. Check out Hyped Great. Hyped Great is amazing. And I was watching your stream up until I started streaming. I never saw that movie. I really wanted to comment, but I was driving. And I didn't have anything to say anyway because I've never saw that movie. But I was interested nonetheless. Me and Mara were watching, and we enjoyed it a great deal. But yes, they are winning over 80% of their games. Go Cavs. That's my team. Anyway, so as I was saying, Lewis Hamilton, I graduated in 2004. Lewis Hamilton, during that time period, was finishing up karting and driving in F2 and things such as that. And so I never knew, he wasn't on my radar. He wasn't like in the main F1. I didn't know. He got to the main F1 in 2007. Almost won the championship his rookie year. I never even knew about it. Not even during that time period. I wasn't even watching racing anymore. I stopped watching racing after Michael Schumacher retired the first time. That's when I ended racing. So this goes right there. So, if I would have had known that Lewis Hamilton existed and Lewis Hamilton was and is as amazing as he is, that not only would that have been the only motivation that I would have needed to figure out a way, and because I know that, you know, somebody else is paving the way and somebody else is able to do it, and somebody else, you know, was overcoming the financial odds. And that's the big thing about it. Like, I tell this story and people are like, oh, you can still do it. No, I can't. I'm almost 40 years old, number one. Ain't nobody about to pay to put me in a car. Are you kidding? Unless I pay, ain't nobody putting me in no damn car. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Like, that's just how that one gonna work. So the very least that I could do is, you know, get into racing in my own way, which, you know, it is the indoor go-karting or whatever. They have leagues and stuff like that. Make a little name, make some connections, and eventually build a team of my own. Not all from the inspiration of Lewis Hamilton, but I know that I have a blueprint for success from watching Lewis Hamilton. And there's been a few others, but none like Lewis Hamilton. So that's my guy. And then, you know, a lot of people don't like it, but as a person and a man, the things that he raises awareness on and highlights, I like this beat. This beat go hard. I also respect that too. Because that's one thing about this. Like, I know and I understand that this is just like a Lego stream, and, you know, we over here just having rando conversations. Usually just me running my mouth because I ain't built the stream up yet or got the audience or whatever. But if this ever were to become something that was huge and you know, created a lot of value, if you will, what piece is that? Oh, I definitely would give back like Lewis Hamilton does as well. So that's also an inspiration. Seeing somebody who is the pinnacle of a sport giving back and doing what he's got to do. I love it. Okay, so it looks like this piece goes in here and you turn it this way. So yeah, anyway, thanks for the question, M100. I appreciate you. This is where I'm at now. Part 13. So we're gonna need one of these. What else is going on? What you got on your mind, Height? What you talking about? I found a new music channel. I like this one a lot better. A lot better. The other one was just like, I don't know. It was just too sappy. I enjoy this one. Let me scoot over a little bit. Okay. This one was giving me a tough time. So put that one there, put that one there. Ooh, we got a sticker already. We're doing, oh no, what sticker do I have? Oh, I think they're numbered in order. All right, so we got to do number 5. Why haven't I gotten another what do you call this tool? What's this tool called, babe? But you know what I'm talking about though? Like, why haven't I gotten another one? I figured they came in all the sets, or maybe they just come in the really big ones. Ooh, I didn't do a good job with that sticker. Let me try that again. Do a live of you building music. You know, I thought about that a couple of times. The only issue that I have with that is I am not familiar enough with my software. Number one. Number two, unless I yeah, I don't want to invest in getting a full version of Fruity Loops right now. I should have purchased it a long time ago and then would have just had it, you know what I mean? But I didn't. So I don't want to do it that way. And then the other software that I have, because I have the Akai MP4. What's up, Bill? How you doing? I have the Akai MP4, which I like. That's a man. I've always wanted a drum machine MIDI controller. You know what I mean? I've always wanted me a damn MIDI controller. I finally got me a damn MIDI controller. The software is free, but it is really hard to use unless you're just like immersed in it. You feel me? So I'm not confident enough in my ability to use the software to live stream that. You're frustrated. Why are you frustrated, Bill? What's wrong with you? But that is a good idea. I do appreciate the idea. And it's very noted, extremely noted, just so you know. This part, guessing what? Y'all be just saying stuff. Oh, okay. Who is what? I don't know. We'll find out. Man, I like this little channel after this little playlist I found on Spotify. This is a lot better than yesterday. So that goes behind it. And put out that way, I guess, right? Is that a roll? I'm guessing this is like the fucking like right here. It's like the roll bar. That's my guess. We'll see. But so when I first got the MP4 or MP24. What's it called? Where is it? Huh? Where is it? Where's my MIDI controller, baby? It's over here somewhere. What's up? But yeah, I made this beat and it was getting real good, man. And then I was figuring out how to, you know, kind of tweak the sound a little bit and change the pitch, and you know, I was getting in there. And the one thing that I wasn't really understanding was like with the MPK, if you're recording, you can record over when you're doing like, you know, the drum pattern or whatever. So I was trying to change the drum pattern or whatnot, and I recorded over something and I tried to get it back, and I just turned into this whole big mess, and I lost this awesome beat that I was making. So I kind of got, I mean, I've used it since, but not really. But I need to find it and dust it off, and it's over here somewhere. I know it is. I just don't know where I put it. There's a community I'm part of, and I think they're all heading towards their doom. Find someone who might help me stop it. And he ends his stream by announcing he's taking out his pictures of himself. Oh, well, that sucks. And hopefully you either can, I hope you either fix that community or whatever it is. I'm kind of intrigued, to be honest with you. Or I hope you're able to find a new one that gives you the same feeling or sense of community. Sorry to hear that. That sucks. Out of curiosity, what are you talking about? I don't mean to, if it's, you know, if you don't want to talk about it, fine. That's a-okay. I just have no idea what you mean. Well, I'll put it to you like this: as someone who has, are you talking about like an online community or something like that, like an online space? I've been permanently banned from Twitch before, and I've lost my whole community. And I had a nice community that was very diverse, and we were into, you know, providing mutual aid for each other, and you know, being there for each other when things are getting tough and hard in certain situations or whatnot. And I really appreciated my community, and the fact that I didn't really do anything to warrant what happened to me. You know, whatever, it happens, I guess. This doesn't seem right. Do I need to push this down more? Because why? What is that supposed to reach down? Oh, okay. Nope, that definitely doesn't look right. All right, hold on. So I can, if that's what you're talking about, I can empathize with you. There is a true heartfelt understanding of your feelings coming from my way. Damn it. I don't understand. Why would I put this part here if this thing is sticking out? So just so everybody knows, I found this cool plugin. Let me try it this way. Let me try, if I turn it this way and put this in here, and this will fit the way it needs to. Okay. I found this plugin that allows me to stream multiple places at the same time without breaking the bank. So I'm here on YouTube, Kick, Facebook, TikTok. Shout out to all my people on Facebook. If you're in the chat, say what's up. TikTok, what's poppin'? I got a nice question from somebody in chat before. Keep the conversation flowing a little bit. What's going on? What's on your mind? YouTube, you're always holding it down, so I don't really got much to say to you guys. But Kick and Facebook, TikTok's pretty new. The name of the game here is I'm gonna build these Lego cars, and we're gonna talk about stuff if you want, or if not, then I'm just gonna run my mouth and say whatever I want, which is cool too, because you know, I usually know what I'm talking about if I talk about it. Just keeping it a bean. But if I don't know what I'm talking about, I usually don't talk about it, which is should be common sense and something that a lot of people do a lot more in the world, but you know, it'd be like that. And ultimately, I'm here to keep it kind of lighthearted. So like I was saying earlier, for those that may have been here earlier, we can do politics if you want to, but I'd rather not, because people can't handle humanity for some reason, which is really weird. Because that's what I argue for, humanity. If it ain't for humanity, I ain't with it. So people don't like that. People viscerally, yeah, I'm getting there. People viscerally react to that stuff. So Bill says, what's your most popular platform right now? Well, I don't know how to answer that question. Let me see. Yeah, it's none of them, but the real answer is technically it's TikTok, because I get so many people that come in the chat and then like leave. Oh, I see. I missed a piece. Where did I miss that piece? Oh, because it's right in front of me. Boom. Okay. And then, so does that mean there's supposed to be a piece here? Ross, watching the Royal Rumble tomorrow. I'm not really a wrestling guy. I'll watch the highlights because I like looking at the girls, and I like looking at the girls because the girls are nice to look at, but I also like looking at the girls because technically they wrestle for real, like for real. And I like their choreographs better than the guys. And I don't like watching sweaty guys. It's weird. For me, at least. So I don't know. I'll watch highlights, but that is a great question. Thanks for the engagement. And obviously you're going to watch Royal Rumble tomorrow. What is the thing that is inciting you the most? I don't know anything about the storyline, so just tell me. I don't know. We'll just talk about it. What storyline are you looking forward to in Royal Rumble tomorrow, if there is one? Like, what's the thing you're excited about? I want to know. So anyway, ultimately I think the most popular platform that I want to have, Bill, is YouTube. Because I want to eventually build this channel up a little bit, branch this stream into a whole nother channel, and then put different type of content back onto this channel from building it up a little bit. Nothing too crazy, because your next thing is people can't handle humanity. No, they cannot handle humanity. They cannot. If people could handle humanity, we would have it in the world right now. And you know, I personally don't care about what someone's political ideology is, because ultimately everybody's weird, even myself, I would even say. But I live by, like I was saying before, if it ain't for humanity, I ain't with it. And the way things are now is not for humanity. It's for greedy, weird, masochistic, abusive, violent, liars, cheaters, and stealers. Or thieves, I should say, stealers. Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers, definitely. I hate that team. Anyway, so it's just weird to me that those people are the ones that win, and that someone who does care about humanity is not able to grow and not able to thrive, because the world's not set up for it. If the world was, if people could handle humanity, the world would be set up in a humane way, and it's not. And people say, oh, you know, it is what it is, you know, such is life, da 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 da. But that's not life. This ain't life. I got a song called "This Ain't Life." This ain't life. It's not. We can have life, but people choose to not have it. And then that's when the political arguments happen, because, you know, then I say my piece and how I feel about it. And then people get offended because I care about people more than I care about profit. And people don't understand that, and da 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 da. So that's what that means, Bill. What you got, Ross? Royal Rumble is my favorite because the surprise interest is in the match. Yeah, so, you know, when I watched wrestling as a kid, I liked Royal Rumble, but the problem with it was in the early 90s, and there was no real way to get Royal Rumble unless you knew somebody that was going to get it. And then on top of that, growing up as a kid, what number is that? 7. My parents were really religious, so I wasn't able to go out and do some of the stuff that I wanted to do, which was watch, you know, the pay-per-view wrestlings at my friend's house, because he had it. So at least he would tape it for me, and I would watch it like a couple days later, because it was usually on the weekend, or like Friday or something like that. And I did like that part of it. I was a big Shawn Michaels Heartbreak Kid fan, HBK. So, you know, always wanted him to win. If he didn't win, I didn't really give a shit. But you're right. That was a very that is a very interesting part of wrestling. Oh yeah. So are you doing your voice acting thing? How's that coming? I try to poke in to see if like you're putting something on the channel or whatnot. I know working full time and then try to do stuff that you want to do on the side is hard. That's why I don't really want to do TikToks. I know that if I like made TikTok content or whatever, I can get more. Bro, I'm 38 years old, bro. I'm not about to sit there and dance in front of it. And it's not even like I'm embarrassed about it or whatever, or because, you know, or I'm judging anyone who is dancing for. Do whatever you want to do whatever you want to do. I'm just not gonna do that. Okay, that's not my thing. I don't know. I'm cool. Thank you. Appreciate it though. But I know how tough it is. So that's what I was saying before with Bill. Like, I get where you're coming from. If you're talking about losing an online community, at least. I know where you're coming from. I've literally been there before and had to go through it myself. And then the thing that sucked about that the most is that that was my form of income. I was not super big on Twitch. I'm not trying to sit here and act like I was like king shit, because like I wasn't, and nor do I think I am now or want to be. But I was making enough to be able to pay what I needed to pay to survive and get some meals throughout the month for a few months. And this was during COVID too. So, and I was on COVID unemployment, so that helped too. But the COVID unemployment was running out, so I needed to do something, right? And so I ended up started selling cars, and yeah, that's it. That's where, and then, well, I don't sell cars now, but that's what led me down the road of, you know, being a part of the workforce as opposed to making content, because I think that, especially considering that I can have conversations about a whole lot of different things, and I have a whole different lot of interests that are on different I guess fandoms or industries. I can diversify And wait, what? Did I do this wrong? I'm confused. Let me go back. So that goes there like that. Then, oh, I see. I get it. I'm putting it right here. But if I would have, when I was on Twitch, the cool thing that I would do is have a bunch of different shows. So I had a show where I would build Gundam, because I want to build that on here too. But I mess with Gundam. Who here in any of the chats? So we got YouTube, Kick, Facebook, TikTok. Who messes with Mobile Suit Gundam? I want to see my Mobile Suit fans out there, if there's any. But where does that go? Right there. 1, 2. Do you remember what made you successful in the first place? That's a good question. Give me 1 second. That's a really good question, actually, Bill. That makes me want to switch mode. That was a good ass question. I really like that question. This is why I like Let's Build in Chat. Oh, wow. I really like that question. I really do. Give me 1 second though. So yeah, I used to build Mobile Suit Gundam. I had a book club where, to be honest with you, I really wanted to get into other type books, especially kind of like fiction, because I don't really read fiction. But if I was going to have a book club, especially during the time period we were having it during Black Lives Matter protests and all this other kind of stuff like that, what we were doing in the community was learning about stuff. I was learning, and then what I wanted to do was pick books that I wanted to read. Where's my bag? I was picking books that I wanted to read that I hadn't read yet, that I needed to, like, some Black history books, or an author, a female author or something that I wanted to get into. And so I was using the book club in order for me to force myself to read those things, but then also have a conversation about it with my peers. What else did I have? I had a debate show, but it wasn't like a debate show like how they do the debates on TikTok. It was more of trying to teach people how to debate. And what I mean by that is, hold on. I have a master extra parts bag, and this bag has a lot of extra parts. I want to build a stream one day of like, what can I build with a year's worth of extra parts from building different types of Legos. Anyway, what else did I do? Oh yeah, so that show was to teach people how to debate, and not really like teach people how to debate like formally, but more so teach people how to think about things in different perspectives in order to make your ability to debate better. I think one thing that is lacking on, debates that we see on like YouTube and stuff right now is it's performative. No one's actually trying to speak in, well, I wouldn't say no one. A lot of people are not trying to speak in good faith. And they don't even know what they're talking about. So it's not like a real debate. I want a debate between, people who know what they're talking about, so we can actually get information presented and across. But it all usually turns into a poop flinging match, and nothing really gets accomplished. So if we were better equipped to be able to understand different points of view and how those conclusions can be concluded, if you will, I think that would make debating a little bit easier. So I was doing debates like, what was the one? It was like, who's the best point guard in the NBA? But you can't just be like Chris Paul. You have to explain why it's Chris Paul and like present an argument with the stats and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we were trying to do. What other shows that I have? Then I just had my game streams. I streamed Borderlands, Destiny, Final Fantasy. I don't know. I streamed a lot of stuff. So, do I remember what made me successful? First and foremost, I would say that I was not successful. I was building onto something, and part of that building was based off of a drama. So I guess I kind of need a little bit of drama, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't want it. I do want the drama. I do want the confrontation, and I want the confrontation to end the confrontation. I'm streaming on Facebook right now, and my Facebook, my Facebook timeline, if people are still even paying attention to me, it's not that it gets spicy, but like, I'm done playing games with people where we literally have like, we literally created a society that is okay with harming people and being harmful to people on either side or whatever. I mean, not really, but I'm just trying to, not be one-sided, but we hold on, TikTok is inactive. We're really polarized, and if we're gonna have the debate, let's have the debate. And what I'm really good at doing is getting to the meat of the argument, because we can sit here and we can talk about, the main topics of the day that everybody wants to rant and rave about on Facebook or whatnot, right, or social media. Well, ultimately, what's your problem? What is it that you're actually mad at? And when you truly, like for real, introspect and think about what it is that you're really upset with in this society, I guarantee you it's someone that has $1 billion who you should, that you work for. That's usually the main one. The problem is the billionaire you work for. And how people deal with that fact is the sides that we take, at least especially in this country, in America. So what do we do? Well, tell me what you're really mad at. Because when it's all said and done, you know who it is. You know who it's not. The people you've been blaming. I'm speaking to the conservatives right now, specifically. All the people that you're blaming, that's not your problem. You know it's not your problem, but you do it anyway. And that makes the other problem, the other bigger problem, the R-word problem that nobody wants to talk about or likes to talk about. That's what makes that persist. Because when it's all said and done, we're just making up why we're mad and harming people instead of letting billionaires harm all of us, harm even you, right? Even if this is something that you agree with, that you want the billionaires to have everything. Okay, sure, fine. That's what the problem is. That's why you're in pain. That's why you hurt. and you know it. And so they don't like me for that. I don't pull punches. I'm not here for the Gish Gallop. I'm not here for the filibuster. I'm not here for your disingenuous bad faith arguments. I'm not here for that. So what I do is I get real snippy and I get real vulgar, right? Because that's what they want. Oh, they want me to be, he's getting emotional, he's whatever. But like the way that I snap back, oh, it gonna hurt you. Okay, so we can end this pain by having a true, real conversation, or you can keep trying to derail the conversation, right? They don't like that. So it forces them to have the conversation. And when they're forced to have the conversation, what ends up happening is you realize they don't even hate nobody at all. They just do it because everybody else does it. So why are we not voting for humanity? Why are we not doing what we need to do for humanity? I don't care what it is. I don't care who comes up with the idea, right, left, up, down. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Let's help people. You're not doing that? Then what's that thought experiment about recreating society? What do you mean? What thought experiment? I do have a thought experiment about recreating society, but what are you talking about specifically? Because it seems like you've seen a video or something like that. Because that's a specific, that at least to me, that seems like a specific question. Do I like boys? Andrew was popping. Yes, I do like boys. Boys are great. Boys are strong. Boys are smart. But in the context in which you're trying to ask, nah. Well, I like you, Andrew. That's one of the boys I like, huh? Don't get weird, but it's Drew. Oh man. It's Juju. I play along with my mans. But I do have a thought experiment about recreating society, right? And how it basically works is knowing what we know now, right? So imagine so like what's those isekai animes where you like get transported in another world or whatever it is? Okay. So imagine we get transported to another world and it's like 1 billion years ago and we're starting from scratch. Knowing what we know, how should we reform society or whatever, right? So me personally, I would try to make sure that everybody has what they need, or we make sure that everybody has what they need from the get-go. And in this context of starting over and just making sure that everybody has what they need to survive, when does the greed come into play? When are we, because everybody says that like that's human nature and all that kind of stuff like that, right? Okay. So explain to me when the greed is supposed to just naturally supposed to creep in and take over and F up society from here into eternity. When? Because it doesn't seem like it would naturally happen to me. You're placing the life of one of your citizens at random. Oh, yeah. Well, then I would definitely create a society that made sure that everybody had what they needed. So just in case I randomly turned into somebody in society, I would have everything that I need because we built a society that was set up that way. What do you need to struggle for when we can help you and provide, and then you would do the same? Why did that get retracted? What happened? Did you delete it on your own, or did my thing modded out? I don't know what happened right there. But to me personally, I mean, maybe it's because I've never been able to be at the top of the power structure and I don't know what it's like, and oh, that's not the way of the world and and I'm so naive and blah 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 blah. I don't care. I don't care. everyone would create the same exact society, right? No, some people wouldn't create the same exact reality. That's the part of it that I need people to be honest about. Right? The people that say that greed is human nature, I really want them to examine. I want them, one, to prove that statement. I want that to be analyzed. I want someone to do an hour and a half long video essay about the scientific validity of greed being human nature, right? But then aside from that, all they're really just saying is I'm a piece of shit and I'm willing to do this. So everybody would be willing to do this, right? No. No, not right at all. There's something wrong with you at that point. Then don't try to put your I'm trying to think of the word I can use because I'm on TikTok. Don't confuse me with having the same sort of brutal thoughts that you have. I'm cool off of that, bro. I want everybody to eat. If everybody eats, then there's no need for greed and all this other stuff like that. I don't know. It just doesn't really make any sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me why the world is greedy the same way it doesn't make sense to I guess, for lack of a better term, or a better concept, the same way that like racist people don't understand that there is no such thing as race on like a actual real level. Like, they'll never understand that. They just can't comprehend that race doesn't actually exist, and we are different because of our difference in pigmentation. And in one way, I understand how someone can think of the world so rigidly, because I think of the world rigidly in my way. But then at the same time, the reason why that's so confusing to me is because it's just not humane. I don't know why would we want to set up the world and society this way? It doesn't make any damn sense. So what would I do? I don't know. So the thing that I don't like about this question, and it's a good question because I don't like it. So I know it sounds like I'm, oh, I don't like the question. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the reason why I don't like the question is because it doesn't really wait, what am I putting? Oh, it doesn't really ask what you're trying to ask, right? And here's what I mean by that. If I had the ability to rebuild society, number one, I would never do it by myself because I can't do it by myself, nor would I want to do it by myself. Can't do it by myself. I'm going to need a crew. Hopefully that crew has different strengths and weaknesses all over a vast amount of, areas and expertise and situations that as a community and society or a globe or whatever we might deal with. But I'm not doing a damn thing by myself. It's not about what I would do. What I would do is gather a group of people who has strengths and weaknesses in areas over here, and we would figure out what we need to do by figuring out what people want or not would want. I don't care about people's wants at first. Figure out what people need and make sure they get what they need and continue to get what they need. And once that were to happen, then maybe we can worry about getting everybody the things that they want. And that's one thing that when I have this conversation, a lot of people kind of scoff at it because they're like, but I want to play video games still and I want a PlayStation. Well, who said you can't have a PlayStation just because we're not exploiting everybody for 6 corporations to make all the profit? You can still have a PlayStation. It's just, one, probably not going to cost you $900, and two, everybody can play it if they wanted to. You'll have more people playing with you. I don't Who said that you won't have things just because we don't have society set up where 7 people make all the money? That's not how anything would work. Like, that's what? Oh man. But that's okay, because people don't know what they're talking about and they'd be afraid. So that's why I kind of want to have a lot more conversations with people and have them ask questions. And you know what? I throw that back at you. Bill, what would you do? I'm curious to know what you would think, how you would approach it, or how you view things, right? And then that way, it is a conversation. It is a chat. Exactly how I want it to be in my community. And one thing that I don't know how I'm going to do completely, but I do want the ability to have voice chat in here too. It can happen on TikTok, because TikTok does it automatically. I have Discord, but I don't want to build a Discord, so I might get like a phone line or some shit. I don't know. Oh, I got a follower on Kick. Oh wait, is that the bot? Yeah. But I appreciate the follow anyway. It's just not a real person. But yeah, I want to know. I'm interested to know what you would do. Wow, we put these fenders on. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna build this car today. Car getting built. I really like this Spotify playlist because it's bumping, and it makes me wanna. And then Height gave me the idea of, or came up with the idea. Didn't give me the idea. Came up with the idea of making beats on stream, which I will not do, but I will potentially make a beat though, or try to. This is motivating. But yeah, on Twitch, especially when we would just be chatting, but allows for individual ones. Yeah. Let me back up a second. I was about to talk about Twitch, but you answered the question. So one thing that also bugs me about where the system that I would, the system that I advocate for in the world right now gets conflated and misunderstood on purpose. But the thing that bugs me about the conflation is people misunderstand what the goals of that system were, and they view it as, you know, going back to farming and living off the land as a nomad, and ain't nobody talking about any of that. The world would be exactly, for the most part, the way that it is now with the products that it has now. It's just that we would be able to survive off of it. Oh, man, such a crazy radical. Which is what I get painted and viewed as. Everybody thinks that I'm absolutely nuts. And I think that I just said the most normal thing of all time. And so it's one of those things where, you know, if you have what you need, you would have, if we were even using currency, right? Since nobody can, since a lot of people, I don't want to say nobody, since a lot of people don't have an imagination and can't think of what a world would look like without currency. Say we still had currency. If the things that you needed were provided for, how much extra currency do you think you would be able to accumulate to be able to purchase, if that's what we're doing, things that you want? So I don't know why I'm the crazy one for saying, hey, let's make that happen in the world where we have and are provided things that we need, because why shouldn't we? We exist as human beings and we have the resources to provide for those basic needs. And then if we still do a, business system corporation, sell your labor for income type of thing, then obviously your compensation should be enough for you to be able to still have what you need no matter what, but also provide for the things that you want to do. It doesn't make sense that we don't have it any other way. I mean, it does make sense when you understand what your economic system is, which is the next conversation that it leads into that people really don't want to have, because a lot of people don't understand what economics is, let alone the system that they're in and how it works. And then when it gets explained to them, they get all defensive and yeah. Not the vibe. How much is a PS5 Pro in a world without currency? Well, I don't know. That's hard to answer, because that type of transaction can happen in infinite amount of ways, right? But to make it make sense, if you will, I would say that the price of a PS5 in a world without currency would be doing something that the person who's going to make your PS5 needs. Like, if you can do that, you do that for them. Or the work and labor that you do is just provides for the community or the immediate well-being of the person that you are doing the transaction with. All currency is just a universal way to trade. The problem with it is class systems and the accumulation, the private accumulation of it ends up being very exploitative. And if I were to break down, so I used to do this thought experiment where if I'd be like, okay, so you're a random person on the street, and all of a sudden I turn around with a camera and I say, okay, you're live on TV. The whole world is watching you. Are you better than another human being? And I'm talking to David Duke. Do you know who David Duke is? David Duke was or is or whatever, a grand wizard of the KKK. And it's David Duke. And you turn the camera and you're like, do you believe that everyone, or do you believe that, you can be better than another person? You're live in front of the world. Now, David Duke might say some wild shit, but for the most part, most people would say no one is better than another person, and then turn around and be a racist. You feel me? So I say that to say that, I don't know. People don't know. People aren't honest about what it is and how it is they feel about things. And again, that's one thing that I do not play with. I'm not about to sit here and have you gaslight me while we're trying to have a conversation about how you feel about things, because you don't want to admit, that you have these weird feelings that you grew up with, or weird ideology that you were born into, or whatever. You know what I mean? That then somehow just perfectly works into this into this economic system that rewards greedy, racist, uncaring, inhumane people. If you are not greedy, racist, or inhumane, you suffer unless you're willing to exploit yourself and others, which mean you see what I'm saying? You see how it all rolls? And that's the reason why people don't like to have conversations with me about this, because I don't allow them to hate. And I make them know what they're talking about. Because the other thing about this is I have the ability to I don't want to necessarily say carry a crowd, but especially, and I kind of learned this from streaming on Twitch and not having an audience or whatever, but when you're streaming and you don't have any viewers, the trick that they always teach from, years ago is keep talking like you do have an audience, right? So if I stream for 3 hours and no one is in the stream, but I'm trying to stream like there's someone in the audience to build one, I gotta go for 3 hours, man. But I can do it. It's not a brag. It's not like, oh, I can run my mouth and talk shit for 3 hours. No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is when I know what I'm talking about, I can go. So if you don't know what you're talking about and you're trying to come at me like you do know what you're talking about, and I smell that you don't know what you're talking about, it's my turn. I don't want to hear not a damn thing you got to say. I'm not listening to none of that shit. Why would I sit here? And that's one thing that there's this turn of phrase that drives me absolutely insane because it gets employed on me all the time. You just want to be right all the time. Oh my God. I cannot stand that phrase. That, and it is what it is. Oh, just grinds my gears. Just saying it, it's painful. And the reason why is if you're having a conversation, why would you want to have a conversation about wrong shit? I don't understand. I don't get that. If you're talking and I know what you're talking about and it's not factual, I'm not about to sit here and talk with you about some wrong shit. That don't make no sense to me. Why would it? Why? Hey man, you want to talk about baseball? Yeah. All right. So yesterday I was watching the baseball match. All right. Red flag number 1. And when the goalie scored that free throw in the 9th inning, oh man, that was a touchdown. I'm not having that conversation with you. Why would I have a conversation about baseball and you don't even know? What? No, I'm not having that conversation. No one will want to have that conversation. So why do we allow that with everything else? I'm confused. It makes no sense to me. What? Uh-oh. I didn't put something somewhere. Oh, I see. Jordan, what's poppin'? I miss working with you too, bro. I mean, okay, I put it like this. I don't miss working with you because I don't miss the circumstances I was placed in. But I do miss having you as a coworker. How about that? I think that is a beautiful way to say exactly what needs to be said. I hope all is well with you as well. How you been? And you know what? This is perfect because if you look at the prompts here, let me see if I can go to the bigger prompts. Look at this prompt. It's kind of small. On TikTok, it's huge. Oh, wait, I took it off. Oh, man. Oh, I thought I still had the one prompt. I had the one prompt, Skeleton Crew sucks and Acolyte is better than Skeleton Crew. And one, I was saying that to provoke rage, right? That was clickbait. But also at the same time, I 100% absolutely believe that statement. And I'm not saying that because it was a black female lead. I'm not saying that because I'm an ally of the LGBTQIA plus community. I'm saying that because when you actually look at the production and the writing and the this and the that and the blah, 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 everything that, like, I want to do it one day. I actually might do it tomorrow, depending on how tomorrow goes. I might stream and we might watch all the grifter Star Wars videos and make a list of all the things they complain about. And I guarantee you that shit is in Skeleton Crew times a million. The fact that we still don't even know who Jod is. We don't know who he is. We went through a whole season and I do not know who this guy is. And people want to tell me this is the best Star Wars show they've seen in a long time. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Are those absolutes or just general? In reference to what, Bill? I don't remember the context of that comment. If you could clarify that for me, I will definitely answer that for you. I'm sorry. I do believe it too. I absolutely love Acolyte, but Skeleton Crew is pretty good. No, Skeleton. Okay, so that's the other thing that gets kind of lost in all of this because everybody, not you, but a lot of people are reactionary, and then, you know, racist and all other kind of stuff like that. That makes this situation what it is. But I love anything Star Wars. I mean, I don't even hate the Christmas special. I don't watch that shit. It's trash. But I don't hate anything Star Wars, even if it's bad. Oh, the wrong conversation thing. You use baseball as an example. I'm just talking about in general. I'm not a dick, and I will meet people where they are. You know what I mean? If I can tell that you really don't know anything about world history, yes, I'm going to have to lecture you a little bit, because in order to have a conversation, you kind of have to understand what I'm talking about. And if we're talking about like a historical thing, I'm very historical. And I really don't like talking about history wrong. That is a pet peeve of mine. So, it would just be in people's best interest if they would take my approach when it comes to conversations. And if you don't know what you're talking about, don't act like you know what you're talking about. And then a lot of things that, I mean, all people do, but specifically conservatives, if we're going to really truly make the example, is instead of learning things that make them uncomfortable or learning things that go outside the worldview that they were taught the world is supposed to be like, they just make it up. It's weird. My daughter does that, and I cannot stand that. My daughter is amazing. Firecracker is the female version of me, basically, as a child. I love it. She tried to tell me that she couldn't put on, now she's biracial, so she light-skinned, but she's got melanin. Okay, she tried to tell me that she couldn't put on suntan lotion because it would make her sunblock. I'm sorry, she couldn't put on sunblock because it would make her skin catch on fire, and she doesn't want to catch on fire today. Little girl, you just made that up because you're afraid of suntan lotion for whatever reason. Sunblock, sorry. And it's probably because, again, biracial, again, knowing that side of the family, probably told her some stupid shit like, oh, you don't need to wear sunblock because you're black. That's not true. So now my child makes up in her mind that sunblock is going to make her skin catch on fire. Now, imagine if you're a grown person and you do that with the concept of pronouns, or you do that with just the concept of trans people existing in the first place. You just make up how they're the worst thing in the world and you don't even know what, not one thing that you're talking about at all whatsoever. Who wants to have a conversation like that? No one. But that is how the conversation is literally had. Getting bag 3, excuse me. I feel like something's falling on me all the time. Bag 3, ooh, got extra parts. I'm gonna put these extra parts over here for now. I don't feel like getting the other bag out. They need to bring Acolyte back. I got bad ratings over some BS. Yeah, so Jordan, are you familiar with the new thing that recently came out about the Acolyte? I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was about ratings or about why I got low viewership or something with the viewership. I'm not familiar with what it was. I wasn't trying to engage in that media because I knew that it was going to piss me off, because people don't speak about the Acolyte. Even people who... I used to be on a podcast that, to be honest with you, I almost guarantee... And he my co-host was really cool about it. But I'm gonna face cam this one real quick. My co-host was really cool about it, but I believe I'm the reason why the show would not gain any followers. Because every time that we would have a conversation, it would have to go into deeper things because of the media literacy. People don't understand that TV shows are allegories of a bunch of things, and that you're able to, if you are able to comprehend what you're watching, you're able to pull where they're getting their source material from. And you're able to analyze what's happening in the fiction by using things that happen in reality and or history in order to inform yourself about the fiction you're watching. That's one thing that I liked about Andor. That's one thing that I liked about season 2. No, I'm not saying season 2. Season 1 of Book of Boba Fett. Even though it was bad, the Book of Boba Fett was absolutely amazing. They did the Power Ranger scene where the dude did the little spinny shoe pew pew. That was the stupidest shit I've ever seen in Star Wars. But it was a great show nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? But we would talk about these things, and we would talk about what, Star Wars is about, and the inner context, the meta context that the show was, or the franchise is trying to present. And we wouldn't get any views, and he was a part of another show. They wouldn't comment on our show, but they would comment on the other show and say things, and then I'm a black guy talking about Star Wars, and I'm a black guy talking about Star Wars during the time period where everybody was vitriolic about Star Wars in the first place and did not want to hear from a black guy tell them that they were racist and da 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 da. But there's no other way to break down their behavior. There's no other way that you can go about that besides ignorant racism. Critical drinker. This is why I've never taken anything of that stuff seriously, because I saw like people break down. I never watched the actual videos, but I saw people break down, like do a breakdown of the video. And one of the critical drinker, he I think it was during the trailer, he was saying that the thing that was driving him insane about this woke show and da 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 is that in the first episode there was fire in space. In Star Wars? You mean every movie that has fire in space when the ships blow up in space, which wouldn't happen because it's a vacuum in space and that explosion wouldn't happen, nor is there sound. So there's no pew-pews and there's no explosions. You can't hear the boom, wow thing that Boba Fett throws out when he's trying to attack Obi-Wan in, episode 2. So you don't like any of the movies then, do you, Critical Drinker? That right there should have showed everybody that he was full of shit. But they're so what they don't want to be called, that they continue down the road. And these guys make millions of dollars just making bullshit videos that they know make absolute no sense and are just stuff that weirdo racist people want to hear. And then want to gaslight you and act like they're offended because you're calling them racist. How dare you call me out for the exact behavior that I'm exemplifying right now? It's gaslighting. That's why I don't put up with the shit. And that's why they don't really like me or engage with me, because I don't let them do this shit. Which then leads them to call me the N-word, which then proves everything that I had just been saying the 15 minutes prior. Right. You know what it is, Jordan. That move was dookie wookie. But I like the show though. I definitely like the show. I like Boba Fett. I'm glad that they gave him oops, wrong one. They gave him some shine that he definitely deserved. But yeah, Bill. I really don't like when people say you just trying to be right. Why would you have a conversation and be wrong? Why would you want to have a conversation about the wrong? And in this time period right now, even though I personally don't like to make it a liberal, conservative, leftist versus, type of thing. I don't really want to make it that, because if you truly know, if you're picking up what I'm putting down about the world that I would like to see, I think that you could quickly surmise that I'm the scary C word. And even though I'm the scary C word, I don't like to start off from there. Because when it's all said and done, when I break down what it is that I want, and I don't use the buzzwords or I don't use the lingo, everyone agrees that sounds like a good idea. And then once they figure out what it is, they automatically think it's a bad idea. And they think it's a bad idea based off of what they've been taught. And what they've been taught is not true. And it's not true because if you knew what it was, you would want it. And if you want it, then they can't control you with their bullshit system that they have right now. That we all agree sucks and needs changing. The problem with it is you know how Muggs decided to change it? By giving the people that are the source of all their problems everything they wanted. In the name of hating people who look and speak differently than you, who live a couple of thousand miles south and don't want to live there anymore. Like that there's, and that's the biggest, right? That right there is what grinds my gears. I did a post on this on Facebook not too long ago. But we're rating schools and workplaces to round up people that are different than the people who voted for all of this, right? But the highest number of undocumented immigrants are people who overstayed their work visa. And even though ultimately Mexican people are the majority of those work visa overstays, that's not all of them though. And people from all over the world come here to work, and people from all over the world overstay their visa. So why are we just going after the ones that you can tell are not documented? That sounds that is yikes. That's a yikes for me on how that sounded. But we're cool with it though. All right. That don't sit well with me. Then my other question is, people always say, I love this one. This one's great. You ready? Here, let me place this block right fast. Why don't they just do it legally? Oh, I love that one. Oh, that one's great. The first question I ask is, all right, how does the process work currently? They don't know the answer to that question. Okay. If you don't know the answer to that question, you probably shouldn't worry about if they could do it legal or not, because knowing the answer to that question means that you know that it's extremely hard to do it the right way. Extremely. On purpose. And then there's this thing that a lot of liberals say that kind of pisses me off too. Oh, but you know, they provide benefits in our tax system, which is true, but that's gross. So then let's think about this from a business aspect real fast. I know I'm building a car, but real fast. I just need to run this by you. I think that you'll be able to get this and handle this one, right? Okay. If you being here undocumented but working means that you put tens of billions of dollars into our tax system that you then cannot use because you're not a citizen. So you can put all that money in there because you go to the grocery store and you buy products and you buy this and sales tax this and proper, how you may get your home, you're paying for someone's property tax, right? So you got to factor that in, all that kind of stuff like that, right? But if you document them, now they're going to be able to take from that system. So then why on earth would you document them? Why would you make that easy for them to do? Well, if you're a piece of shit, you wouldn't. You would just keep the system broken, use them as political pawns, but then also take the tax benefits they provide as well at the same time. It's kind of fucked up if you ask me. So I implore those that disagree with me on that, in my worldview or that statement that I just made, to tell me why it's okay to exploit people like that. And tell me why you want them to do it legally, but then don't actually want them to do it legally. Just admit you don't want them here at all, or you want to exploit them, because that's what the economic system is in the first place, even if you are a citizen. So that's why people don't like talking politics with me, man. I don't play, man. There's nothing that you and then on the other part of it is like I'm uncompromising with the humanity part of it, because there's so here's another one. Here's another what did you say before? I want to say it the way you said it. Or was that somebody else? I think that was somebody else. But anyway, so here's a mind blow for you. And if you're still around, I'll wait for a minute or so, but I'll wait for your response because I want to know your response on this. And that goes for anyone in Kick. That goes for anyone on Kick, Facebook, TikTok, or if you're lurking in YouTube. Who's even on here? Is anybody even on here? No, that's fine. Yeah. But that's why I just got to be consistent and just keep doing it. People will show up eventually. And even if they don't, I'm having a great time with Bill and catching up with Jordan when he was here and all that good stuff like that. I'm not tripping. I'm having a great time. So my question is, so you can respond, Bill, sorry. Are you familiar? Do you know how much $1 billion, not $1 billion, but do you know how much the number billion is? And what there's a concept that I speak on all the time that I wish that as a society we did better with. People are number illiterate, just like they're word illiterate. I was having an argument earlier today about, wait, what? Oh, I was having an argument earlier today about how Americans read at a 6th grade level, which is not actually a 6th grade level. The study actually says that Americans can't read or comprehend words or comprehensive concepts past the level of 11 to 13-year-olds. And then people want to go, oh, you want to be right all the time. So the other thing that we as a society have an issue with is numbers. So do you know how much $1 billion is? And are you familiar with the rice TikTok? And I'll leave you with 3. So there's 3 things. Do you know how much $1 billion is? Are you familiar with the rice TikTok? And if you think you know how much $1 billion is, if 1 grain of rice is 100,000 and 10 grains of rice equal 1 million, how many grains of rice equal 1 billion? I will wait for your response. While I get this, listen, this GT3 is coming along. I'm liking where I'm at with this GT3. Ooh, that's like a back window. Okay, I like that. And then I'll move this over too so y'all can see the damn. You don't need to see my face. All big like that. So these go on the little hooks here. Oh, this is for the wing. That's cool how it's gonna sit on there like that. That's what's up. Okay, well, I don't know if the lag is that bad. I don't know if Bill is here anymore. But for anyone that is watching this back on the live or the stream playback or whatever, the video playback, I'm gonna answer, or people lurking, I'm gonna answer the TikTok question. All right. So if 1 grain of rice equals 100,000 and 10 grains of rice equals 1,000,000, how many grains of rice equal 1,000,000,000? It will take 10,000 grains of rice to equal 1,000,000,000. Now, I know that America does not like the metric system. And a part of the reason I believe that America does not like the metric system is because the metric system is symmetrical. The metric system scale makes sense. 0.001 for thousandths, 0.01 for hundredths, 0.1 for tenths. Then you got centimeters, and you got millimeters, and kilometers, and the scale makes sense as you go along. 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. See what I'm saying? So conceptually, I in sports, you hear this one a lot, right? Oh, it's just millionaires and billionaires arguing over money when it comes to like sports strikes and things such as that, right? So if someone has 10,000 times the amount of money that I have, are we on the same power level scale? Especially the way that we use and view money in this society? No, we're not on the fucking same scale. So how is it just millionaires and billionaires arguing over some shit when this motherfucker over here got 10,000 times my shit? Oh man, it kills me with that one, right? So if you understand what a billion is, and you understand, and then you also understand the other thing you got to understand about that is that in order to make $1 billion, okay, you have to exploit and steal from so many people. It's disgusting. The idea of a billionaire is disgusting. And people say, oh, you're only saying that because you're not one. If I was a billionaire, I would not be a billionaire. It would be gone. World hunger would be fixed. Kids would be going to college. College tuitions would be paid for. Housing would be no, I don't want $1 billion, bro. It's gross. I don't even want to think about what I would have to do to even amass $1 billion. It's disgusting. And if that makes me soft, or if that makes me a pansy in your eyes, to whoever, you know, would be hearing that would consider me that for thinking that way, I'll take that. I'm cool. That's fine. I don't want to exploit you to have money that I could never physically spend unless I'm like buying something that's $1 billion. Wait, what? So there's two. Oh, wait, what? Are you saying there's two different? Where did this performance parts thing come from? Where did that come from? So I know we were just going on a tangent there. Oh, on the underside. Okay. That confused the F out of me. Okay. Never mind. I got it. Ugh. Yeah. So for me, it's tough to have conversations because even though I do it, because a lot of people don't understand that perspective on currency and how you accumulate that much and what you need to do to people to accumulate that much, and then what you do to people because you have that much, like how that like affects your psyche. I mean, we over here we got jokes for Diddy, but if you don't think the rest of these other billionaires don't do Diddy stuff, oh okay. All right. You keep thinking that. And then on top of that, everybody's got the smoke for Diddy, but then you elected the old white version of him. So I don't even take y'all seriously about how y'all feel about that dude, because we see how we give people access to nuclear codes and stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think people really tripping on Diddy. I think the only people tripping on Diddy is the justice system. No one else truly seriously cares. No, I take that back. Not very many other people truly actually care. Because if so, we would do stuff in our society to make sure that it doesn't happen. And not even people who have access to billionaires. Uh-oh. But for regular people too. Look at that. Let's go. I like the GT wings. The GT wings are dope because I mean, obviously for the downforce they provide on the track, but they just look really good. I like them. All right. So what's going on TikTok? Nothing's going on TikTok. What's going on Facebook? No one's on Facebook. Huh? Yeah, I think so too. But I'm already in too deep. I am. I'm halfway through bag 3. Yeah, at bag 3. I'm not leaving these pieces out. Knowing my luck. So yeah, that was a good combo. Appreciate the engagement. And I appreciate the letting our brothers say what he gotta say in good faith. It's all appreciated. Like that. And where does this go? Oh. side. Oh, on the bottom. $89. We need 3 of these. And then we need 1, a bigger one, and a sleeve. Uh-oh. So do I just, I'm gonna have to, there we go. Okay, never mind. I was like, I gotta clip this over this. But I just had to slide it in right because the other piece was sticking out a little bit. Need one of these, and one of these. Out that way. This way. Boom. Then it needs 3 of these again. Wait, which way are they going? Oh. That faces down. So, babe, on TikTok, when it just dies like that, what does that mean? Yeah, but like, huh? I get that, but usually stuff would just was trickling in. So I was wondering, like, what stops that? Yeah, I don't understand TikTok. I'm trying my hardest. Rolling with the punches. What are you playing? Got the wheels on. Got the wheels on. Got the wheels on. Got the wheels on. Post that there. Let's go. Almost done, man. Uh-oh. Keep knocking the wing. Reminder, the wing is sensitive. That's it. This is bag 3. Well, we got a couple options here. I'm probably going to end Facebook because nothing's popping on Facebook. Well, nothing's popping anywhere, but I just don't want to be streaming on Facebook anymore. So I'm probably going to end Facebook. But I don't want to keep streaming on TikTok because I got to redo the way that the stream is set up. So on Kick and YouTube, oh, there's nobody here. Never mind. I was gonna say if there was somebody that wanted me to play Gran Turismo, I'd play Gran Turismo on stream. But there is no one there, and I haven't built the audience up yet for that. So we'll get to that when we get to it. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. We got through most of this GT3 car. I'm liking it. I like BMW's GT cars. I'm actually about to put on a GT race right now. It should be going on a 12-hour endurance race. I'm going to play Gran Turismo all of the night. I will see you guys soon. Hopefully I'll get my Mercedes stickers and can finish that, but we'll keep these BMWs going until they're done and move on to the next one. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.